Hello, and welcome back to Versus. We have Henry here. Hello, Henry.
Hello, hello. I'm here. I'm back. Much to everyone's excitement.
Oh, I'm very excited that you're here. Don't let
I'm very
anybody
excited that I'm here.
don't believe anything anybody else says.
Thank you, thank you.
I don't think either of us were at this weekend's tournament, so this is going to be new
Nope.
to both of us. Busy doing other things. I can't believe that
Yeah,
anything would get in the way of us playing Canadian Highlander, but hey,
I went outside.
oh what? Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Today we have George playing Paradox Academy and Alex playing Death and Taxes. Paradox Academy is one that we talk about a lot on the channel because George cleans the floor with most of us. And this is the final round of this week's event. So this is round 4. Both of these players are 3-0. George playing for the 4-0 once again with a list that is just a load of artifacts and winning game real quick with combos. The points are Ancient Tomb, Mana Vault, Tellurian Academy, Sol Ring, Urza Saga, and Tinker, everybody's favourite artifact card. I haven't seen Alex's list, so tell us about it, Henry.
So Alex is doing what he loves to do in Magic. He loves to play planes and then cast spells that he can cast off of planes.
Yes.
He's playing mono white Death and Taxes. There are 47 creatures in this list. Very creature heavy. And he's on Sol Ring, Mox Pearl, Strip Mine, Urza Saga, Ancient Tomb, and White Plume Adventurer. So trying to get these stacks pieces out quickly. Try and tax George's spells a little bit. Maybe hopefully stop him from casting more than one spell. But
list certainly looks a bit more taxy than it is deathy.
yes, definitely. There are some death creatures in here, but
I guess what I mean is it's not like mono white aggro with a bit of tax.
it's very leaning heavy on like Archon of Emeria type effects.
Yep.
You can only cast one spell. Your spells cost more. Your creatures and lands enter tap. It's all of that.
Love it.
Yeah, it's mono white. There's going to be no trouble getting your colours here.
Yeah, shouldn't be. I think both players did mulligan game 1.
Yes, it did look like Alex mulligan to 6.
We have a lot of mana already for George, so we've got a Signet and a Grim Monolith to start.
Yeah, so these taxes aren't going to be hugely relevant, but the one spell a turn effects are going to be very important against George.
Yeah, true. Very true.
George is already playing with his rock. As he,
It's not ideal that Alex has not done anything for the first 2 turns, I guess. It's not really what Alex wants, I'd guess.
Nope. There is a lot of 2-mana spells in this list that Alex wants to play. Importantly, I believe he's only on... There's 5 instants in the list. There's a Wandering Emperor, and there's... I imagine... I haven't looked through all 47 creatures, but I imagine there's something in there with Flash. However, we're not doing anything at instant speed in this. We're...
Right. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
We do have a transmute artifact here. George has got decisions to make early on.
Yeah.
George asking for priority back for it to resolve, essentially.
Yeah. And no counter spells here, as Alex said. See what George goes and gets. It's like Tinker, but worse.
Yeah, so it's Tinker, but you've got to pay the mana difference.
Yeah.
Still pretty darn strong.
Oh yeah. We'll see what George goes for here.
So we've got rid of the monolith. What's your favourite 4-drop artifact?
What's my favourite 4-drop artifact? Oh. Can I say Walking Ballista Axis 2? Is that something I'm allowed to say?
Yeah, you can say that.
Is it correct? No. Yeah, George has got a 1 ring here. That's one of my least favourite 4-mana artifacts.
That's why I asked.
It's one of the better 4-mana artifacts, but
Yeah, it's why I asked specifically what's your favourite, not what do you think he's
Yeah,
getting.
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
we do have a flash creature. It's Samwise. So we've got the One
Samwise the
Ring and
Stout-Hearted.
Samwise the Stout-Hearted on board already.
We're playing Lord of the Rings.
We are.
Speaking of Universes Beyond, if you go and look at Alex's Death Taxes list, he's very specifically included the art he uses for everything. And talking to him this week, he has gone out of his way to pick up a Plankton Tiny Tyrant in place of Skrelv Defector Might.
Oh, yes. Now we're
Um,
talking.
we love to play Fortnite, the TCG. How many different IPs can we get in one game?
Upsettingly, for Alex, and well, we've played the Witch Enchanter on the wrong
This
side.
Enchanter.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I should have left
Yeah.
a gap there. Apologies. But we did follow it up with a Lauren, which basically does the same thing. For those of you wondering, why destroy the Arcane Signet instead of the One Ring? The reason you're asking that is because you've not read the wrong One Ring.
I'd avoid reading the One Ring.
Yeah, I don't like doing it either. Just
Yeah.
just assume you can't do it about it and just
Yep,
move on.
it
Just move on.
exists. Yep.
It's all right. Well, Alex wants to get George dead, and the One Ring's going to do that
Oh yeah. Yeah.
eventually. Oh, okay. I take it back. The One Ring can be interacted with.
It can. It can be exiled.
So this one, it exiles it, but it comes back again when the Relic Water leaves.
Yep. I'm not sure how much specific creature removal George is playing.
Well, I can see the art of a piece of creature removal. Costs quite a lot of mana on George's side.
Could it be
But-
Portal to Phyrexia, perchance?
Ugin is the new
Oh,
addition
yeah.
from Tarkir, which
Yeah, that one's...
George has recently just shoved in.
Yeah.
Going to be good against some people and probably quite poor against others, but hey, there is an option for George to actually make some changes to this deck based on the meta shifting.
Yeah. That's the nice thing about Paradox, is there are a bunch of flex slots you have that you can change what you're doing.
Probably not as many as most decks, just because it is a proper combo deck.
Yeah.
We are playing Gideon.
Immediately
and
-4ing it.
it's just a 4-mana emblem that you can't interact with.
Yeah.
Seems
Full
pretty
mana.
good.
Yep.
And it's enough damage, so Alex
Yeah.
gets game one.
The hero we deserve.
Gideon really is the hero we deserve.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. -4ing it immediately. That's for lethal. That's pretty good.
I think it was off lethal, but George couldn't stop it.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
It was close
so
enough to lethal that.
George needed to be able to win the game there and then.
Yeah. Which deck can do, but it didn't.
So is Gideon one of your favourite walkers? What are your favourite walkers, Henry?
Oh, favorite walkers, right? We can tell what kind of person I am by my answer to this question.
Yeah.
I'm a
Learning
big
a lot
fan of
about
the
you.
Wandering Emperor.
Okay.
Big fan of the Wandering Emperor.
Yeah.
5 mana to fairy. I think that one's
Oh no.
cool.
Okay.
We're opinions of me are dropping as I speak.
Uh-huh.
I'm not the biggest fan of 3 mana to fairy. It kind of it's very good, but it kind of takes away from playing Magic. If I wanted to play another TCG, I would. Yeah, there's some very cool planeswalkers.
So is that from a card and ability point of view, or like just as a cool thematic?
Oh, that's from a
Walker.
card and ability
Okay, yeah.
point of view.
Because I think the Wandering
I think-
Emperor is quite cool, actually. But
Yeah, as a character as well, very cool character. I think old Kaladesh standard, you got to use Gideon Ally of Zendikar, which we already saw. And you got to do some very cool things with that, where you'd remove a loyalty counter from it to crew Heart of Kirin, and then you'd +1 it to turn it into a 5/5, and you'd use your Planeswalker to create 2 quite large creatures in one go.
Senses Divining Top on 1.
Yeah.
Mother of Runes on 1.
Both quite good 1 mana spells.
Alex is on board, but I guess Alex won fairly quickly, even without a two mana spell.
Yeah.
The interaction there to deal with Signet and the One Ring was good enough in game one. We'll see what there is in game two, because we've got a similarly explosive start with a Basalt Monolith here.
Yeah.
There's a very scary amount of mana available to George next turn.
Oh yeah.
But he can only do one thing with it.
This is going to be a problem for George.
Yes.
This deck that wants to just cast all of your spells all of the time. We'll see if George can deal with this. He's found an untapped land here.
Have you spoken to Alex about this list or about the
I
building
have.
of it? So
Yeah.
has he specifically designed it to play against decks like George's?
Yeah, I
We've
think
seen
there's
quite a lot of
little
artifact
bit.
hate already.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that. But I think the mono white list tend to just have all these like ETB destroy an artifact effects.
Oh boy.
Here he is.
Cast trigger, I'm going to exile your Highlander.
Mm-hmm.
I am then going to uptick.
That might just be game.
Potentially.
That's pretty horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
If I cast a color spell, I exile up to one target permanent that's one or more colors. And
Yeah, see what Alex does about this. Can he deal with it now?
Yeah, it's going to have to be pretty darn quick, because George is drawing cards gaining life against
Yeah.
a deck that wants to get George's life total down. We have a recruiter, and we're just going to go and see what we can find.
Yeah.
That maybe
Um,
enters and removes a planeswalker.
yeah, the static ability is not great. Quite difficult to deal with that. Whether you can turn off the not static abilities, the activated abilities. That's the word I'm looking for.
Right, got you.
Have a quick flick through this deck list. I don't know if there's a lot here. You just probably need multiple stacks pieces down here to prevent George from ultimating Ugin and winning from there.
Yeah, I mean, Ugin's ultimate for a deck like George's that is mostly colorless spells is just gonna be brutal.
But yeah, you absolutely just win the game off of that.
I mean, most planeswalkers say win the game when you ult it, but this Ugin is like two
Ugin-
turns away from ulting it.
Yeah.
We just got a Lauren, which is not really going to do anything here.
Any number of colorless
No.
cards, colorless non-land cards. I exile them and then I shuffle. Until end of turn, I can cast those cards without...
Oh my goodness, okay, I've not even thought about this. So, Sensei's Divining Top, you took that, draw it, cast it, you got it, you draw...
And I'm going to cast a manifold key. I will target the...
Yeah, so
This is weird.
I'm then going to tap top, manifold key, untap top, tap top.
yeah, so with Manifold Key in this, we can put top on top, draw it, cast it, exile another thing.
Yeah, this is gonna be nasty. Like this is pretty close to a lock.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex is gonna
Yeah.
scoop him up there.
Yeah, not sure you can beat that.
Look, and we have wheel in hand. Yikes. Okay. So yeah, Ugin does do things.
Yeah, Ugin very much does things.
I like the fact that Alex has gone, hey, you can only cast one card, one spell per turn, and George is like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Here's a 7-mana spell.
Here's Ugin.
Oh, and by the way, when I cast this one spell, I'm gonna get rid of the thing that stopped me from playing my game.
Yeah.
Yikes. I wonder where that card's going to be played. It's obviously super, super powerful.
Here's a quick start from Alex.
Yikes.
Land Sol Ring Skull Clamp. It's like playing what's the other format people seem to like? Begins with C.
Canadian. Can,
Commander.
no, no,
People
I
like
don't. I'm
playing the
pretty sure
Sol Ring card in that. Or is
that's
that?
not a format.
I'm just
Is
making
that a
things up
Magic
here.
game?
Is that a Magic game? It's a game, alright. It's
Oh
one of the
well,
formats.
we've got Skyclave Apparition. Both players
Yeah.
have started with a Soul Ring here, but one of those Soul Rings is gone.
Yeah.
Interesting decision there, because Soul Ring is more explosive, but Grim Monolith is like a win the game eventually. But I think it's right to
Yeah.
get the Soul Ring gone.
Yeah, probably.
At the moment, Grim Monolith is a one-time use thing.
Yeah.
Wow, this game's all about Planeswalkers. We've had
Yeah.
Gideon, we've had Ugin, we've had Saheeli.
So Healy's quite a cool one.
Demolition Field, your Tellurian Academy. Yeah, so you.
One of my favourite Planeswalkers was Davriel. Do you know Davriel? Bit of a quiz.
Raphael. Oh, no, I don't.
Incredible. From War of the Spark. Was one of the uncommons, and it was just a discard payoff, basically.
Nice. Important moment in this game here. I remember the week prior to this, Alex and George faced off. And Alex won by putting George in a strip mine or demolition field loop. And after the first demolition field,
Interesting.
George declared fail to find after playing no basics in his deck. He's now on 2 islands.
Okay, so on the back of playing against Alex, George has added some basics into deck.
Yeah,
That's cool.
2 of them, but
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
he's still.
you don't necessarily like build around a lock, but you can build around an individual copy of
Yeah.
the demolition field.
And after talking to George, I've learned that most Paradox lists play no basics.
Interesting.
Because you don't have to, but you play all of these artifact lands, so you don't play any basics.
It's kind of thinking about it. This mono white list is kind of similar in what it's trying to achieve to what my mono black aggro deck is, but just doing it in a different way. Because
Yeah.
mine's more like I'm going to try to strip your hand apart and interact in that way. And this one is going right. I'm not going to let you do the things that you're wanting to do.
Yeah,
It's a little bit more. It's still proactive. It's not like it's removal. But it's saying, hey, you can't do. It's the taxes thing, right? You can't do this. You can't do that.
this Sanctuary Vec not particularly relevant in this matchup, but I know in other matchups this is like if you could mull down to the Sanctuary Vec and win the game off of it.
Yeah, against like an Abzan list that's all graveyard matters stuff. We
Rakdos
are
aggro.
Sylvan Scrying. Tolarian Academy's gone.
Not great against the land destruction deck, but we move.
We are
Yeah.
getting Urza Saga. Pretty sure George referred to Alex's deck as a land destruction deck just then.
I mean, mono white D&T is known as that. Although Alex is on very few land destruction cards. There are some, but there's no Armageddon here. There's no big land destruction.
What's the spicy one that says everybody has to choose one card of each type?
So Alex is on Cataclysm,
Yeah.
4-mana sorcery. Each player chooses from the permanents they control an artifact, a creature, a land, and an enchantment, and they sacrifice everything else.
Incredible. Wow.
Now, I wonder how many Phyrexian spells George is playing.
Let's see. Grim Monolith looks like it should be Phyrexian.
Yeah.
Importantly, the creatures enter tapped, so any blockers here from George are not going to be able to do anything this turn.
Yeah.
Speaking of, check for the keyword Phyrexian. Nope.
No,
Comes
Eldrazi.
comes in tapped.
No extra words. Oh, and since I kicked it, finds a land as well. So you get to say I find a land.
So George is kicking it, understandably. Got to use that mana
Yeah.
somehow. I suppose it means that we're not getting an additional an XX Oh yeah, we are, because we're getting the land. Sweet.
You could have theoretically found the land that phases out a creature, phased out the censor, and cast some more spells, but
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Oh, no, 11.
Coming in for 11.
So 3, 6, 9.
Putting George to 1. That seems
Yep.
pretty strong.
This has vigilance.
And unless George can find something quick, this looks like it's over.
yeah,
And
that's what just making creatures does.
Making creatures and limiting him to 1 spell.
Yeah.
Wow, this has been a real good showing for the mono white deck.
Oh, it has.
I mean, there's a lot of hate in here for George's
Yeah.
type of deck. I'm loving it.
Nice to take out the boogeyman of the format.
Yeah, like you said, Alex is now our hero
Yeah.
until he wins 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah, then I'll have a word with him. And
Yeah. It's all right because it seems like the meta's kind of shifted to more combo-y stuff going
Yeah,
on
absolutely.
recently. So this is going to slot in real nicely. What Death and Taxes used to be very prevalent and one of the top decks in Canlander.
Yeah.
And
in your yes.
all right,
Okay, yeah.
looks like that's going to be it. All right.
Yeah. George is going out on his own terms. Well done to Hazard,
Yeah.
Mr. Alex.
Well played.
Going 4-0 this week. Well played
Nice.
to him.
And thanks for joining us, Henry, and thanks to everybody else.
Yeah, no problem. It's been fun.
Appreciate it. Bye-bye.